Hi everyone, this is Tom from Casual Environmental Study. So today topic I want to talk about um, you have to know what you are interested. So beside of the environmental study, we go through example calculation. I also want to touch on um, the career guidance for all of us when we decide which path, which career path we want to be on, what career we would like to pursue, so that we don't spend too much time on trying different career and then we don't like it and feel like it's not uh, for us. So today I want to touch on some of the sign or signal of the future career that we may realize uh, during very early time. So most of us always think about what we want to do after high school, right? So either we want to pursue college and university, or should we be on some kind of job training program specific for the job? Uh, So there are like pro and con between those two options. We don't know which one we should choose. So on one side, if we want to go to college and university, um, we have to think about what we want to study, right? What major we should pursue for our education and then eventually for our job. And when we decide a measure, then we have to maintain uh, the program. That means we have to get good grades. We have to do well on the study. Um, we have to make sure that we learn um, a lot of skill, a lot of important information that can be used later on when we decide to settle on the career for entire life. And then not just about study, but nowadays a lot of companies also focus, uh, um, emphasize the importance of experience, right? A lot of students they got to get internship so that they have some kind of experience uh, with the companies, so that when they apply, they have higher chance to get hired. So so that way, what normally a lot of people think about, okay, those are career path, those are steps that we need to take. But also another side of it is the job training program, right? Um, so what is the job training program? It's a short-term training. Um, for example, just like if you want to fix the AC or if you want to fix the car, uh, those job training program provide you the skill, the specific skill that you need, so that when you complete the program, you go out and then you apply. Let's say you apply for the company that specifically asks for those skills, and we have the skill that they need. So um, those job training program place emphasis on the practice, the experience that we have. Also, um, I think another important point about the job related to the job training program, those more like outdoor, right? Like you got to be um, moving from one place to another. a lot during the day. So of course, physical demand is um, a requirement so that you can continue and work uh, and be with the job for the long term. So looking at the two alternative, the question is, do you know what you want to do yet? That's not an easy question, and we have to think hard about it. So now I want to talk about what are the career signs that emerge during the very early day. So we got to think, we got to understand ourselves. So you have to understand yourself. So ask the question, do you know what you can do well? Like, can you be able to write well? Can you be able to read well? Can you be able to think critically? You got to know what you can do, right? And then you think a little bit inside. So what skill are involved when you do these tasks? Like when you read a book, what skill are involved? Like you have to pay attention to detail. You have to generalize your understanding. You have to think in the bigger picture, or you have to be emotional to understand the character feeling. So, what skill involved in uh, in the process, and then how can you have this skill improve more? For example, like you know that you can read well, you can write well, or you can do science, do math pretty well. How we can improve those skills more? Like, is college or university the only way, or it can be trained through the job training program? So you have to decide what is the best way to improve those skills. And then we have to think, right? What can you understand right away without further clarification or explanation? That's the question we want to focus. Very important question. This decide the career path that you will pursue, right? The answer is if you know and you can be able to tell right away these activities are what you want to do, your favorite. You can do this without further assistance, without further clarification or explanation. You just realize your skill. Very important because you want to know what you can do. And then you can tell yourself what is the best way to develop this skill. Because there are many career paths. So you will decide you want to choose the career path or the other career path. And my advice is choose the shortest ones because time is short. So there are many ways to go to the same destination, but we don't want to waste like 10 years to go on the path take you to the final destination, right? You want the shortest one. You want just one few years and then you will be successful. Finally, the career signal or your interest usually do not emerge early, right? If you don't think about it until you try different career path. That means after you fail and then you realize that you waste a lot of time and then you think why you don't choose this earlier. So that means like we fail several times and then we realize that this is what we're supposed to do. So usually we don't realize that in the early days, right? My advice is during the early days when you try to decide which career path you want to choose, think about your passion. Do what you love to do. So that means you follow your heart and think about your skill. Do what you know how to do. Follow your brain. So these two things always go side by side. That's how you pursue your career. That's how you love what you're doing. That's how you will be successful in the long term. So today's presentation, I just want to briefly touch on how we decide our career and some of the early signs that we can see what career is suitable for each of us. Thank you for listening, and I will see you soon.